J.B. Shirk of The Federalist outlines 5 ways Joe Biden outperformed election norms. That's as legacy media are projecting Biden as winner, despite multiple active lawsuits with hundreds of sworn affidavits alleging widespread voter fraud. But if the reported vote counts are true, Shirk argues that Biden's odds were rather unlikely.
My name is Joe Biden.
The first is the sheer number of votes he got. According to unofficial data from media outlets, Joe Biden won a historical 18 million votes. By that number, Biden smashed the records set by Obama's nearly 70 million votes in his landslide victory in 2008, as well as Hillary Clinton's 65 million in 2016. Media outlets reported that President Trump won 74 million votes. That's 10 million more votes than he won 4 years ago. By that number, Trump got the most popular votes for a sitting president in U.S. history. 26% of the votes Trump received are from minority voters. That's one of the highest percentages for a Republican presidential candidate. Meanwhile, President Trump also received 94% of the primary votes, the highest among incumbents and the 4th highest of all time. No incumbent has lost re-election after winning over 75% of primary votes. Over 18 million people turned out for Trump in the 2020 primary. Bill Clinton, who held the previous record, had half that number. Despite Trump's historical numbers of popular votes, support from minorities, and in the primaries, media projections say Trump still fell short of Biden's reported number of votes. There are 19 counties in the U.S. that have an almost perfect record of predicting the winning candidate, be it Republican or Democrat. They have been dubbed bellwether counties, and no president since at least Ronald Reagan had missed even one until this year. President Trump won every single bellwether county but won by a margin of 16 points on average, while Biden took one of these counties in Washington by 3 points. That's according to independent verification by the Wall Street Journal as well as the Epoch Times. The Federalist also notes a discrepancy between the Democrats supposed to win in the presidential race and their losses elsewhere in the election. Democrats touted the so-called blue wave before the election. The New York Times rated 27 House seats as toss-ups. Now Republicans are on their way to winning all of them. However, some argue that it's not entirely impossible to lose a presidential election and gain House seats. The National Review pointed out that it has happened before, but the last time was half a century ago in 1960, when JFK was elected. So if the media projection is accurate, the Federalist argues, amazingly, Biden beat the guy who lifted all other Republicans to victory. This as Republicans across the nation are poised to flip more seats, even in California. Penny Zhou, NTD News.